Hi, this is Per Sam with this Living Working Abroad, where we're looking at how Cyprus expats and tourists, what the rules are for inbound travel into Cyprus in particular. Now, many countries around the world have got the same traffic light system, including the UK and EU countries, where it's green, orange and red. So looking at Cyprus in particular, what do the rules mean? So if you're green, then there's only 6 countries that are allowed in under the green traffic light system into Cyprus. Even now on May the 10th, I'll come back to the Safe Pass later on. That includes Australia, New Zealand, Saudi and Israel. Now it doesn't mean necessarily that there's a two-way travel between the two places. It means that Cyprus allow you in. So Australia have still closed their borders. You can't travel into Australia in mid-May. You may not want to go to Israel because of the tensions there. Under the green banner includes many EU countries like Portugal and Ireland and the UK. But with an orange green pass, you need to have a PCR test before you travel, and you may have to have a molecular test at your expense when you arrive in Cyprus. All the other countries under the red banner in Cyprus, it's only residents of Cyprus, only legal residents of Cyprus are allowed to travel in, and still they have to have a molecular test and quarantine before they travel and once they arrive. So the quarantine is up to 14 days for that. There's also got a grey level in Cyprus, which is everybody else, but from those other grey countries, there's only people with that Cyprus resident can come in, only legal residents. So it's a very, very limited group, and they're the full 14-day isolation and quarantine is required, as well as molecular tests as well. The difference with Cyprus to other EU countries and the UK in May 2021 is that if you've got a full set of vaccines and 14 days has passed, you can freely travel into Cyprus from any country around the world without restriction. So the traffic light system applies to people that haven't had the vaccine, so you can still come in. You may have to have no test or come from a certain country, or PCR tests or molecular tests and quarantine, but most people around the world can get into Cyprus. Only people in the grey countries have to be legal residents to absolutely get into Cyprus. The vaccination is deemed to be sufficient to allow freedom to movement with a limited amount of risk. People with vaccines are not generally getting severe infections as a follow-on, and they're not spreading the infections, and that's why this sensible approach in Cyprus allows and welcomes expats and travellers to Cyprus from May 2020. To keep in touch with your rights as an expat living and working abroad, travelling to Cyprus, contact us at priorpartnership.com.